you lot, and it's part 2 now of Extreme Rules. And we're kicking things off with the Green Lantern defending his newly won interactive title against the Winter Soldier and the Punisher. Hello there, I'm the Big Daddy D, joined here at ringside, here in Tampa, Florida, by the Little Daddy E.
'Tis I.
Just the Little Daddy E, because those other two commentators were quite frankly annoying, and we told them to go away and never can return.
Yeah, we're also really annoying to edit out when we do stupid stuff.
Yes, that's right. Anyway, we did part 1 the week before Extreme Rules, and we're doing part 2 the week after Extreme Rules. You know, by that I mean WWE's version of Extreme Rules. As you see, the Green Lantern come out here with his own version of the interactive title. It's green!
Oh my!
So, what did we think of WWE's version of Extreme Rules? Well, first of all, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus The Miz had the best match of the night, as expected. It's a shame The Miz was in that match really, but there you go. Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose hit each other with a load of random shit inside a steel cage. And it didn't really get that much of a reaction until the thumbtacks came out.
Because Chris Jericho has just run out of ideas.
Well, I feel to me so it's like Chris Jericho at this point in his career doesn't need to be rolling around in thumbtacks. You know, Mick Foley got to a certain point in his career, but it's like, you know what? You don't need to do this anymore. We prefer you as the livable buffoon that you've kind of become, you know.
I mean, I get this to push Dean Ambrose and say, look at him, he'll throw guys into thumbtacks, but still.
I mean, in many ways, Kurt Angle is the reverse Mick Foley, because, you know, Kurt Angle started off as a goofy comedic character, and then as his career went on, you know, rather than winding things down, he sort of ramped it up and became more intense and whatever, you know.
Unfortunately, instead of staying in WWE, he's now in TNA, meaning that he's doing like moonsaults and shooting star presses off steel cages in front of an audience of like 100 people at most.
I don't think he ever did a shooting star press, but he definitely did a moonsault off the top of the cage more than once, you know.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he'd have to like literally climb into a bin liner full of ice, you know, because he was that sore. What else has been going on in Extreme Rules? Oh yes, we had the whole thing with the women's title. Charlotte defeated Natalya without the aid of Ric Flair, but she's now associated herself with Dana Brooke. Because they brought Dana Brooke onto the main roster, and Emma is injured now, so they thought, right, pair Dana Brooke up with Charlotte, and it kind of works.
But then there's also the fact that nobody likes Dana Brooke, since she can't wrestle and only knows 2 poses.
Well, you know, I think as Charlotte, you know, as Charlotte's like accomplished, she'll learn a lot. And she did cut a fantastic promo, did Charlotte, on Ric Flair, basically saying, "I don't need you anymore." And you know, growing up, I never saw you. You know, if I wanted to see her, I had to turn on the TV. It's like, well, now it's your turn. Now it's your, you know, if you want to see me again, you'll have to turn on the TV. And Ric Flair's absolutely sobbing his eyes out in a way that only the Nature Boy can do. And I thought that was really, really good. Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. Roman Reigns did still retain, you know, despite the fact that AJ Styles was hitting phenomenal forearms, he was hitting the Styles Clash, on a chair, and he was still kicking out.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, I just took a Styles Clash to a chair, better just kick out and ruin the entire thing.
Spear, pin, you know, but before you could say, right, that's it, I'm cancelling my subscription to the WWE Network, who turned up? Who made his big return? Your boy, Seth Rollins.
He did.
Seth Rollins turned up and pedigreed Roman Reigns, basically signaling that he's back for his belt. And what I thought was brilliant on Raw the night after is that, you know, when Triple H came back off that serious quadricep injury, and you know, when he came back he was like the biggest babyface on the whole roster. You're expecting the same thing with Seth Rollins, and he just turned it around like that, basically saying, yeah, you all wrote me get well soon letters while I was injured, and I burnt them all, you know. And
why?
My knee buckled because I was carrying this company for so long, you know. So just like that, you know, just when you thought, oh yeah, he's going to be a babyface, Seth Rollins turns it round again.
Seth, why did you burn them all? I was really bored.
I was cold. So yeah, some good stuff of Extreme Rules and some good stuff on Raw the night before. And as I'm recording this, we've literally just found out now on Twitter, Raw and SmackDown are going to be separate brands again. They're doing the roster draft. No sooner does All-CAW Wrestling does its own separate thing. We've got two separate brands. We've got All-CAW Wrestling and we've got the D-League. But WWE decide to do the draft split as well.
And you know what? I think Vince has been stealing ideas.
Yes, I seriously think Vince McMahon is watching All-CAW Wrestling, masturbating furiously and going, yeah, that's a really good idea, you know.
Yeah, this is one of the big leagues that Triple H takes new stars for NXT from.
Yes.
Of course.
Stroking his thick, vascular penis until a vein pops out of the urethra.
Yes. because our shows are just that good. Filmed with a camera against the telly because we can't be bothered getting recording equipment.
Shut up. We know nothing. What else has happened? Oh, yes, a couple more departures from WWE. Adam Rose asked for his release and got it. Kind of saw that happening, really. Obviously, he's decided to jump before he got pushed off
a cliff because they'll never push him again.
The biggest shocker was Cody Rhodes asking for his release from WWE. Apparently he's been asking for ages to stop playing the Stardust character and go back.
Anyone would want that.
Oh yeah, going back to being Cody Rhodes. And it wasn't a case of that he was coming up with ideas and they were turning around and saying no. He was coming up with these ideas and asking them, you know, can I do this? And not getting any answer at all. And I think the frustration is just brought to a point where it's like, you know what, sod this. I do want to carry on wrestling, but not for the WWE anymore. And when you consider that Bad News Barrett also asked for his release as well, and Ryback's, you know, disputing his contract, clearly there's a lot of guys in WWE which aren't happy, you know. They like to make out that they're one big happy family, but it's certainly not the case.
Maybe we could try giving people pushes.
That would help.
It's genuinely amazing, like, how they haven't pushed Dolph Ziggler yet, considering all that he's done.
Well, I think what it is, they seem to have a very clear idea in their head who they're going to push. And if you go out of your way to try and get yourself over, it's almost like you get punished for it. I mean, we saw what happened with Damien Sandow. He got himself over. And meanwhile, the Green Lantern's getting absolutely murdered out there with a steel chair and some steel steps. What the shit? Marvel ganging up on the DC guy. Sorry, just had to actually call the action for a moment there.
Oh, what?
As Green Lantern pulls out a sledgehammer for some reason. And
sledge him.
Winter Soldier going for those triple suplexes.
Triple.
He's taken him to Suplex City, but the Green Lantern interrupts it with that sledgehammer shot, which means he's still got that finisher saved up. So he's going for the triple, and he interrupts it again.
That's never going to not happen, is it?
Hang on, yes it is. He's going to keep going for Suplex City, and Green Lantern's going to keep on interrupting
Green Lantern
it.
I think he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. He won't move. He's not even... There we go. He moved eventually.
I wonder if he's still got his finisher saved up as Winter Soldier.
He will do.
Breaking the fourth wall for a moment there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, probably not unexpectedly as well. I've just heard on Twitter. Oh, T-Bone suplex on the arena floor. Brandy Rhodes is also leaving the WWE as well, considering that, we kind of sort of saw that coming. Her husband is leaving the company, so it's sort of, she's going as well. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. I think he should consider himself very fortunate, Cody Rhodes, that he's married to someone who's not only as very attractive as Brandy Rhodes is, but also very supportive as well. So much love goes to both of them from us here at All-CAW Wrestling. I'm sure Cody Rhodes will do absolutely fantastically well for himself in another promotion. I would personally love it if he turned up in somewhere like Ring of Honor or New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. So a lot of things changing in WWE at the moment. It's a new era. There's been certain departures. They're now making Raw and SmackDown two separate brands. I mean, that must be a little bit annoying. The fact that they've recently got rid of a load of guys, and now they're announcing that they're splitting the roster in two. It's like, well, if anything, there's now more room on the roster than there ever was before.
Exactly.
Because you've now got two cards that you've got to fill up. And speaking of change, there's been a lot of change going on in the DC universe.
They rebooted it again.
Again?
Again.
Why? Because the New 52 went down so well, didn't it?
Oh yes, everybody loved how they made Batman like a angsty teenager type bloke, and Starfire into that.
Yeah, pretty much like a lot of things that DC's doing at the moment, with the exception of their TV series like The Arrow and Flash, and with the exception of their animated stuff like they're going to do an animated adaptation of Batman: The Killing Joke.
Yeah, that looks
which
good.
I'm really looking forward to seeing. With everything else, with their live-action movies, Batman v Superman, and even with their comic books themselves, DC are coming across as just a little bit desperate. Now then, Little Daddy E, you've taken a look at issue 1 of the DC Rebirth.
Oh yes,
Would you like to outline some of the changes that this new reboot has brought about?
Oh yeah, so we've got some great new original ideas here. So Batman now knows the Joker's real name.
What?
Even though that's actually already happened in comics before, you know? It's like he became a god at one point. Oh, by the way, that happened.
Really?
Yeah. But what's an even bigger secret is that the Joker has 3 real names somehow.
3?
Yeah, that's not how names work. And he may be 3 different people, or a composite of 3 different Jokers from alternate realities.
So different versions of the same bloke from different realities.
But they're all in the same bloke anyway, so would that not just make it one bloke?
I don't know, but Green Lantern just hit the Winter Soldier with the green light, but he got interrupted there.
Besides, we all know that his name's Jack Napier anyway, or at least probably is.
Well, that's one possible explanation, isn't it? It was Jack Napier in the 1989 Batman movie.
Then he was in The Killing Joke.
Well, in The Killing Joke, that sort of backstory is... That's how I remember it today. It could be completely different tomorrow. And they did a nice touch on that in The Dark Knight, where every time he says, "Do you know why I got these scars?" It's a different story each time. You know, the Joker sort of had it, you know, if I've got an origin, I want it to be multiple choice. Yeah. So anyway, a big clothesline there from the Punisher. So, what else has been happening in this DC Rebirth?
Jessica Cruz, not related to Ted Cruz, the Zodiac Killer, is now a Green Lantern.
Okay, that's...
Johnny Thunder, who's long dead in the comics previously, is now alive and living in a nursing home.
Right, okay.
Wonder Woman now has a twin brother called Jason.
And I heard about this. Is it as in Jason and the Argonauts, perhaps?
Probably. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with that, but whatever. Darkseid is alive, but he's Superwoman's baby for some reason.
He's been reborn in the body of Superwoman's baby.
Were they high when they wrote this?
Yeah. Quite interesting here. Aqualad has now come out of the closet.
He's called Aqualad.
What was he doing in the closet?
I was probably bouncing blokes.
Oh, I see. So he came out of the closet for a bit of a rest.
Yes, he's probably going to go back in very a while.
And do some more banning.
Yes.
Right, that's fine.
That's fine.
What were you doing in the closet? Oh, I was just shagging some blokes in there. Oh, that's fine.
Would have been maybe a fish, I'm not sure. You get slowly here in Atlantis, don't you?
My penis is all shrivelly. Nice springboard splash there from the Green Lantern.
I thought it was going to be a thing that's going to be done. Right. Another thing, Batman is seen in the Batcave holding the blood-marked smiley face badge of the comedian from Watchmen.
What?
Yes, and Wally West states that they're being watched.
Hang on, so Watchmen. Hang on, bloody hell! We've
What?
got a new champion!
It's the Punisher!
Hang on, just hold off that thought in a moment there. You just put me by shock there. So the comedian's blood-stained badge is like suddenly a thing. Turning up in the Batcave?
Yeah, because I guess that they want to merge the 2 universes together.
We saw some double teaming action there. That looked like the Imagine Killer there.
Which begs to ask why exactly Superman or Batman wouldn't come help with the whole interdimensional tentacle monster at the end of Watchmen.
That's and we see that Winter Soldier hit the All-American Slam onto the Green Lantern, but it was in fact the Punisher that stole the pin. Can you believe that? So it was the Winter Soldier that hit the finishing move, but it was the Green it was the Punisher himself that actually took the pinfall victory, and I can't imagine the Winter Soldier is too happy about that.
We're going to have to make a new belt now.
Oh, wait a minute. What's he doing? Oh, the Winter Soldier! He just hit the Punisher right in the face with that interactive title.
What?
Winter Soldier, understandably pissed off. It was him that hit the finishing move, but it was the Punisher that took the advantage and made that pinfall victory there. Oh my god. Right.
Oh god.
It's a rematch from Night of Champions. It's Donkey Kong defending his D-League title against Mega Man here tonight.
Donkey Kong is here and he's ready to expand Dong.
Well, it turns out, this is what I've been reading, that the creator of the new 52 universe wasn't Barry Allen as a result of the Flashpoint paradox.
I thought Barry Allen created the Flashpoint universe with Flashpoint paradox. I thought the new 52 was because Superboy Prime punched reality.
I thought it was because of as a result of what happened in the Flashpoint paradox story.
Nobody knows anymore.
Right, okay.
That's how confusing it is.
Well, it turns out now that the creator of the new 52 universe wasn't Superboy,
Okay.
and it wasn't Barry Allen. It was someone else. Now, given the fact that Batman, as you've just mentioned, is holding the comedian's smiley face badge, and that the cover of the first issue has got all the DC heroes reaching out towards a glowing blue hand, what does that say to you? I'd say that that's likely, and please don't try to strike me down as I say this, because it's only a theory. Is it likely that the creator of the New 52 was Dr. Manhattan all along?
Probably.
Now, if you don't know who Dr. Manhattan is, he's basically a godlike superhero with reality warping abilities. And it was implied at the end of Watchmen that he was going to leave the universe that the Watchmen was based in and try and create one of his own.
Also, he refuses to put his dick away for the entire thing.
Well, there is that. So is it possible that Dr. Manhattan and his penis were responsible for creating the New 52 universe all along? If that's the case, I can't imagine that Alan Moore is going to be too happy about this. I mean, quite frankly, he's a grumpy bastard at the best of times anyway, but the fact that it's entirely possible that his characters from the Watchmen are going to be inserted as part of the main DC canon, I can't imagine he's going to be too chuffed about that.
Plus, that's going to be a bit awkward for future LEGO Batman games, where you have Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan's penis as characters.
Yes, indeed.
Oh boy.
You like... Well, we will have to see what happens. So, Donkey Kong there, holding the D-League title. We've already seen a number of new champions at Extreme Rules. We have new D-League Tag Team Champions. Team Street Fighter have walked away with the title. We saw that Skeletor won the King of Hardcore title, which is now the number 2 title in the D-League division. Over for the main roster, we see that Rogue has retained her Amazon title against Jury Han. She's still the champ of that. And we now have a new interactive champion in the form of the Punisher. So will Mega Man, will he be able to steal his belt back? Will he be able to reclaim the belt that he lost at Night of Champions? Or will Donkey Kong continue his dominant run here as the D-League champion?
He's got his giant monkey arms of death.
Yes, that's Mega Man's one weakness, is Donkey Kong's giant monkey arms of death.
And also that big rectangle that appears in his forehead for no reason.
Yes. So yeah, a lot of change going on here. Change going on in the DC Universe, change going on in the WWE, and there's even a few changes where I am at work, because in the office that I work at, they've decided to be a little bit trendy and try and bring in what's essentially a works version of Facebook. With the idea is that we're going to use it as a communications tool in order for people that work in the office to sort of work together and share resources. And you just know that that is just going to be abused and used as a way to discuss non-work related items. As when I logged on for the first time today and saw that the following new stories that had popped up were Game of Thrones spoilers, joke of the day, and something about Minecraft. Yeah, really, this is meant to be something for work. So, seeing as everybody else is basically slapping their own rubbish on there, I I decided to write my own bit as well, and I decided to just see how much I could write about putting on a sock. So, I'm actually going to read it here for you. So, it's called How Much Can I Legitimately Write About Putting on a Sock?
Although that was printed out, the title appears to be untitled.
I had a little panic this morning. I put on a sock that was too small for me. I'd taken the sock out of my drawer dozens of times before, and usually I squint at it and put it back, so I can do exactly the same thing the next day. This means I've developed a little relationship with this sock. It's the never say die sock with the can-do attitude. Today though, through recklessness, wild optimism, or a begrudging acknowledgement of the sock's tenacity, I thought I'd try to put it on. A little more information about the sock might be more appropriate here. This sock has long since lost its partner, and it is an angry-looking, gnarled thing, hewn from a coarse, sporting fabric, with unforgiving elastic ribbing snarling around the ankle. A thinness at the toes implies that it has been worn at some point, even though I have no recollection of ever wearing it, or even buying it. But you see, I'm not even certain that the sock is mine. This aggressive sock could very well belong to anyone who's been in my room and taken their socks off. And if you've been in my room and taken your socks off, I'd just like to say, hello, how's it going? We must go for drinks sometime. Hey, I could bring the sock. I put the sock over the width of my foot, and already I'm feeling a shade claustrophobic. But I'd feel daft just taking it off again, like I wasn't doing myself or the sock any justice. So I keep whirling my fingers around the elasticated ribbon to work it over my heel. The tightness of the elastication starts to feel suffocating, and I let out a little whimper. As the sock reluctantly stutters and stalls over my heel, with one finger of each hand held captive in the clamp of the ribbon, I can't do anything. 3 of my limbs are now occupied with this damn sock, and I'm stuck with this stubborn sense of not moving backwards that is making me behave like a quietly demented obsessive. I can't phone anyone for help. I can't move anywhere. And now I'm at the stage where I don't even want to wear the sock anymore. In short, I hate this sock. And that's when time momentarily loses meaning, and I'm convinced that I'll be like this forever. It'll just be seconds, possibly even a fraction of a second, until rationality lands on me and I take the sock off. But until then, my entire body is in my throat, and I'm absolutely certain that everyone I know is watching me, and I'm going to fall off the chair and crack my head on the corner of something. When sanity descends, I take the sock off and find one of the smooth, slip-slidey, lycra-lined socks that cost me considerably more than £1 a pair. The sun rises, a cartoon sparrow sings, and life transforms back into a catalogue of possibilities. Did I throw the sock away? No, the bin's in a different room. And I was still too flustered from my ordeal to navigate to the kitchen, so I put it back in the drawer for the next day. I'm at work now, but the sock's still there. Presuming I don't come home to find myself wearing it, in a shocking Tales of the Unexpected type twist, I'm going to burn the fucking thing. Yes, I'm going to take this sock into the back garden and burn it. It is the only way I will have truly won this battle. And of course, just to make that more sinister, the sock has long ago since lost its twin, and you can just bet that as soon as I take the sock into the garden and burn it, that its twin will mysteriously turn up, which means we're set for a sequel.
There was another all along.
Yes, and it's back for revenge. So that's my story about putting on a sock. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, what's been happening in this match?
Actual wrestling!
What? Oh, really?
No.
Donkey Kong and Mega Man going at it on the arena floor here. I have to say that Mega Man certainly seems to be putting up more of a fight than what he did at that match of Night of Champions, because he did get a bit of an arse kicking then, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But he certainly come out fighting there, determined to win back the title that was taken from him at our last Mega event. They're still fighting on the outside, and Whoa, Jesus!
He just flew. We can't see fine.
It's like, I was going to do a suplex, but you know what? Fuck it. I was just halfway through, I'm just going to throw him into the air. So yes, a lot of strange stuff's been going on with WWE releasing people, or people going on their own accord to say, you know what, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of the way I've been treated. I'm going somewhere else.
I'll go to a place where they have real wrestling. Jeff Jarrett's Global Force.
Yes.
Along with my good friend Hornswoggle.
Well, now then, they've actually signed up. Oh God, suplex into the steel stairs.
He's still in his story voice, by the way.
Sorry.
He's still in it.
I feel like I'm trying to get a job at audible.com doing audiobooks, you know.
He's still in the story voice.
Instead of curling up with a book, why don't you stick a fat book in your ears and let me talk to you? Why don't you curl up with a book and listen to me as you curl one off?
For people who are too lazy to read or are blind.
Yes, audible.com for people that literally cannot be bothered to look at a book.
Or cannot.
Yes. And hang on a minute, Donkey Kong going for the F5. No, it's the banana slammer. Isn't
Banana
it?
Slammer.
Banana slammer.
Because I really need to think of a catchphrase for that cartoon.
Mega Man is dead. And a 3 count later, Donkey Kong retains the D-League title here tonight at Extreme Rules.
This is in fact a prequel to Mega Man 1, where he is much older and more bitter, considering why he just looks like a bloke in a Tron suit.
Yes. This is what sets Mega Man off on his path of vengeance. You know, getting F5 in the middle of the ring by what's essentially Brock Lesnar in a monkey suit.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that'll make sense now. Mega Man 1 is the final game chronologically.
That must be it.
Except for maybe Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I don't know.
Mega Man dies at the end.
Wearing his shitty Tron suit.
Yes, as I was saying, Damien Sandow actually is now in Global Force Wrestling.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, that's one sensible thing that they've done, to sign him up. I wonder if we'll ever get a reunion of Team Rhodes Scholars. You know, the team of Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes, they were tag team, weren't they? Rhodes Scholars. Because he did sort of mention in his statement that he put, Cody Rhodes, that, you know, he's appeared at WrestleMania. He's even had it where his WrestleMania match was cancelled literally as he was stood at the curtain ready to go out to the ring. I am, of course, referring to that time that they were going to have Team Rhodes Scholars against Tons of Funk.
Because that's a good WrestleMania match.
Do you remember that? They had that match scheduled for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, they like it didn't show up and people were like, well, what's this? But no, we need more minutes for John Cena.
Yes, and for some bullshit live performance. So yeah, from the sounds of it, Cody Rhodes was literally stood by the curtain with his entrance gear on and was told at that point, oh, by the way, your match has been cancelled.
He lost out to a shitey rapper.
And now we come to the main event of the evening. Deadpool defends his World Heavyweight title against the King of Muay Thai, Sagat.
King of Muay Thai, not Muay Thai.
I thought it was Muay Thai.
Yes, the martial art famously invented by Bill Murray.
Yes.
It involves tearing up Ghostbusters scripts and sending them to people.
That's exactly what I mean. Bill Murray invented Muay Thai kickboxing. He's strong enough to rip a phone book in half, or at least the script for Ghostbusters 3.
Yay.
And then mail the contents back to Dan Aykroyd.
He's strong enough to be loved by the internet, or everyday...
Trolling?
I don't know.
She ended up at the award ceremony wearing a Ghostbusters outfit and saying, don't read anything into this, it's just the only thing I had that was clean.
And ruining everyone's lives.
I love you, Bill Murray. Yeah, people's kicking off, isn't there, that the new Ghostbusters movie is basically an all-female cast, right? I bet there'd be no complaints if they did a remake of the Full Monty with an all-female cast. I'd like to consider Jessica Alba and Angelina Jolie for that role, for that film, please.
Yeah, the thing is though, I think the issue that people have with it is that it seems to be a less good redo of the first movie.
Oh, and B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, she's dead.
We can work around that.
Yeah, of course we can.
With holograms 2-pack, we can do this.
We can hologram B. Arthur with her knockers out.
No, I think the issue that people have with the new Ghostbusters movie is that it looks like a worse version of the first one.
I think people are just quick to hate it before they've even seen it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that'll be good. But there's also the chance that it might just be we wanted to make a new movie but couldn't think of anything about it other than, oh, look, we're all girls now.
We've been waiting for years to do this film, and this was literally the only compromise we could come to.
But does it involve Bill Murray dressing up as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and attacking New York?
So here we are with Deadpool. His movie's about to come out on DVD. I know because I've got it pre-ordered. I pre-ordered it with my birthday money. Yay!
Skull Poople.
I can't wait to lend it to Mum and Dad and see what kind of reaction I get. There was that time I let them Borat, but I didn't tell them about the naked fight scene that took place.
Oh, what?
So when I got the DVD back off them, I was like, so what did you think of the film? And the look on my dad's face was like, it was something. Right, so here we go. So this match came about through a card game, believe it or not. Sagat won this title shot by cheating at cards with an extremely inebriated Deadpool.
He won it through a children's card game.
In fact, I'm not too sure what card game they were playing. It could have been Uno, it could have been Snap, it could have been Guess Who, for all I know.
I'm pretty sure they were playing poker, but Deadpool kept trying to summon Exodia.
Oh, hang on! Jesus! Powerbomb!
Down he goes!
How many times have we seen Deadpool going for that flying balls to the face, and Sagat had the perfect counter with it by absolutely powerbombing the shit out of Deadpool? Holy crap! And there's a back elbow there. If there's one thing that Sagat is dangerous with, it's with the fists, the feet, the knees, the elbows. Well, he was quite drunk and he'd run out of bison dollars, so he had to put something else to bet with, and he decided to, I say he decided, m.bison decided to, managed to convince him to put a title shot on the line. Oh, and but Deadpool got him that time with that flying dick to the face. Yes, every match tonight has been, well, apart from the women's title match, has been under Extreme Rules, but that's nothing different for Deadpool, because every match that got Deadpool involved is fought under Deadpool rules, which means...
There are no rules.
And weapons are not only allowed...
They're encouraged.
Indeed, and speaking of weapons, it looks like Sagat was going under the ring to find some toys to play with.
But he got beaten down.
But that's the thing, Sagat, his very body is a weapon. A destructive force of nature, but Deadpool, he's no slouch himself when it comes to martial arts abilities. And there's, a big kick to the head of Sagat's big bald head.
Both characters have been in fighting games, but only Sagat is the one that I play as. So, yeah!
Jesus! Deadpool got a baseball bat. Where the hell did that come from? Oh! And it's a home run! Right on Deadpool's head.
He goes down.
And he just whacked him in the ass with that baseball bat. Right up Main Street.
Ooh.
And sends Deadpool scurrying back, careening back into the ring. Careening back even. Careener in the waves. I'm walking on sunshine.
No!
Whoa!
No!
And Deadpool now setting up a ladder for some reason. Oh! That'll set us up for our next pay-per-view that we'll no doubt have on Universe Mode, which I believe will be Money in the Bank.
It will be ladders, stairs, chairs, and bears.
Yes, and large purple dildos, you know, if we decide to have Johnny Gat from Saints Row involved. I could make him, you know.
It won't be that hard, actually. Just take the Elvis car, pretty much.
It's just a shame there's not a mod where you can turn all the baseball bats purple and floppy.
There probably is. It won't be that hard to do. Just edit the texture files.
Whoa! Hang on a minute. He just hit him with looked like a bull hammer there. Shades of Bad News Brown. Bad News Barrett. Bad News Brown.
Hey, what should we name this black wrestler? Bad News Brown.
Yeah.
Damn it, Vince!
And Jesus! Oh, some of our fans are getting an up close and personal view here.
Even Deadpool appears to have gone through that one.
Hang on, Sagat's just stole that guy's crotch, and he smacks Deadpool over the head with it.
Didn't even know you could do that in this game, but okay.
And, whoa! But no, he turns it into a DDT there. A big high-angle DDT on that. Looked like he hit his head on that ladder there.
Refusing to sell that crutch shot.
Yes, pretty much. Speaking of refusing to sell, I hear that John Cena's going to be back in action soon.
Oh my.
Apparently, he's going to be back in time for May 30th, which will be Memorial Day in America. So, considering that Rusev has recently become the United States champion again, what do you think's going to happen on July 30th?
They're going to repeat that feud.
Hang on. Tiger uppercut! Tiger uppercut on the outside!
Now goes Deadpool.
Possibly. Do you think that John Cena is going to have a 5-star match with Rusev and seriously put him over strong? I can't even say that with a straight face.
That would imply that Vince still is obsessed with the whole evil foreigner gimmick.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry, Rusev. The only reason why we've essentially hit reboot on your character is that so that John Cena can get slotted back into the title picture. And Sagat, after hitting that Tiger uppercut, has now got Deadpool trapped in the middle of the ring with that sleeper hold. And Deadpool's tapping out. That Tiger uppercut absolutely knocked him silly.
And he taps to a sleeper hold. Shades of Roddy Piper.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Shades of Roddy Piper making Hollywood Hogan tap at, what was it, Starrcade 96?
Yep.
It's 1996 and he's tapping out to a sleeper hold. How can we possibly top that? How about we have someone tapping out to a sleeper hold in 2016? Wow, well what a way to end Extreme Rules. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion and his name is Sagat. He's been in All-CAW Wrestling for a while. It's been a while since he's had a chance to really grab the brass ring. But here tonight, Sagat has fulfilled his dream of becoming the World Heavyweight Champion and solidifying himself as a main event player here in All-CAW Wrestling.
And maybe now, with the extra money that he gets from being the champion, he can finally buy himself a surname.
Wasn't it Victor Sagat in the Street Fighter movie? Victor?
Oh, yeah, I was calling this guy from Thailand Victor.
Wow, well, our weird ass universe mode will no doubt continue next week. So, until then, I am the Big Daddy D.
I'm the Little Daddy E.
And we're signing out for All-CAW Wrestling's version of Extreme Rules. Good night, everybody.